Hey guys, this is Sam from ScreenFiends.net and you're watching Geek of the Week. This is episode 5 of Geek of the Week, and I've been starting to notice a bit of a trend with the type of news and stuff that's coming out. So I'm going to try and divide the video up into sections so that if you're not interested in one, you can skip to the next and yada yada yada. So we're going to start off with Marvel movie news. The Fantastic Four reboot opened this weekend, and the Josh Trank directed film failed to make an impact and has actually had a low opening weekend than both of the previous Fantastic Four movies and pretty much every other Marvel property that's been committed to film. These are just the US box office figures, but it doesn't look like it's going to do much better overseas. Critical acclaim has not been good and it's not been well received by audiences either. What will this do to the future of the Fantastic Four franchise? Who knows? There was a sequel scheduled for 2017, however that looks unlikely to happen now. And there's even rumours that the unreleased Deadpool could actually take that sequel slot. Moving on to Star Wars news. The first international TV spot was released in South Korea earlier this week. Whilst it was just a reworking of stuff we've seen before, there was one crucial little scene that was added that has got everyone talking. This image right here is of the new Imperial Army, or as they're called in the new films, the First Order. There's plenty going on in the photograph, lots of vehicles and different suits of armour to analyse. So if you're like me and you want to delve in and see what the Empire's been up to since Return of the Jedi, knock yourselves out. Filming on the first Star Wars standalone film, Rogue One, apparently has gotten underway. The film is set before A New Hope and focuses on a band of rebels trying to steal the Death Star plans. So far, not much is known about what the actual film is going to entail other than the basic plot that I just said. However, we have got a couple of images from behind the scenes that have made their way online. The film's not due for release until next year sometime, so expect plenty more of that after The Force Awakens opens in December. DC news now, kind of. Arrow star Stephen Amell has been in a feud with professional wrestler Stardust for the last couple of months, and on Monday night it finally came to a head. Amell had been invited onto Raw on Monday night, and it didn't take long before he was actually in the ring himself. After a cheap shot from Stardust, Amell took on himself to enter the ring and start pummeling on the wrestler before he got dragged away by security. After some convincing, Amell managed to get Triple H to agree to let the actor fight during SummerSlam this year. I realise it's kind of weird saying that an actor is going to fight in wrestling because it's all acting, but still, this is awesome. Stay tuned for more news on that ridiculous storyline throughout the year. Comic news now. For the first time this year, sales were down compared to the same month in the previous year. Sales are down 2.88% compared to July 2014. However, there are a couple of reasons for this. Firstly, this time last year, Marvel released Rocket Raccoon #1, and that was actually put into a loot crate that month, and so sales figures for that were exploded because of that. Also, last year, DC and Marvel released about 94 comics. However, both companies this year have a smaller slate and only released 75 apiece. It's not all bad news though. Year-on-year sales are still actually up over 10%. In terms of market share, Marvel are still dominating with 38%, DC a healthy second in 24%, and Image just over 9% of market share. The #1 comic from last month was Marvel's Secret Wars #4. There were 3 different Star Wars comics in the top 10, and DC's only entry was Batman 42. Okay guys, that's issue 5 of Geek of the Week. As always, like and subscribe. Like us over on Facebook, subscribe to the podcast over on SoundCloud or iTunes, and yeah, see you next time.